Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we bring timeless stories to life. Today, we have a fascinating tale that has been passed down through generations. A story about a humble woodcutter, a trapped demon, and a very clever fox. It's a story that asks a powerful question: should you always show kindness, even to those who might not deserve it? Let's find out. Once upon a time, nestled deep within a vast ancient forest, lived a poor woodcutter. His home was a small, simple hut, and his only companion was the echo of his own axe. Every single day, from sunrise to sunset, he would venture into the woods. The rhythmic thud of his axe against timber was the soundtrack of his life. He'd chop firewood, bundle it up, and carry it all the way to the nearby village to sell. It was a tough, lonely existence, but despite the hardship, the woodcutter's heart remained pure. He was known for his honesty and his gentle spirit. One particularly warm afternoon, while working near a babbling stream, a sound broke his concentration. It wasn't the usual chirp of a bird or the rustle of leaves. It was a voice, faint but desperate, calling out, "Help, please, help me." The woodcutter paused, axe in hand, and listened intently. The plea came again, seeming to emanate from a cluster of large boulders just ahead. Curiosity piqued, and his kind nature taking over, he set down his tools and followed the sound. As he got closer, he saw a truly bizarre sight. A massive moss-covered rock was pinning a strange creature to the ground. It had fiery red skin, small horns curling from its forehead, and a long, pointed tail thrashing in the dirt. It was a demon. The creature looked up at the woodcutter with wide, pleading eyes. "Kind man," it rasped, its voice strained. "Please, I beg you, help me lift this rock. I've been trapped here for days, unable to move." The woodcutter froze. He had heard stories about demons, tales of their trickery and malevolence. His first instinct was to turn and run, but as he looked at the creature, he saw not a monster, but a being in pain. Its struggles were real, its cries for help genuine. Pity washed over him, overriding his fear. "All right," he said, taking a deep breath. "I'll help you." He gripped the edge of the enormous rock, planted his feet firmly, and pushed with every ounce of strength he possessed. His muscles screamed in protest, but he didn't give up. Slowly, inch by agonizing inch, the rock began to move. With one final, mighty heave, he rolled it away. The demon scrambled to its feet, brushing the dirt from its body. It stretched its cramped limbs, letting out a deep groan of relief that quickly turned into a booming, sinister laugh. "Ha ha, freedom at last. Thank you, little man, for freeing me." The woodcutter, catching his breath, managed a weak smile. "You're welcome. Just be more careful next time." But the demon's expression had turned from grateful to menacing. Its eyes gleamed with a wicked light. "Oh, I will be," it sneered. "But first, I must repay your favor. And according to the ancient law of demons, whoever releases one of us must be eaten as a reward." The woodcutter's blood ran cold. "What? That's not fair," he stammered, backing away in terror. "I saved your life. How can you repay my kindness by wanting to eat me?" The demon took a slow, deliberate step towards him, a cruel grin spreading across its face. Fairness is a human invention. Our law is simple. Mercy brings death. It's the price you pay for meddling with forces you don't understand. Now, prepare to be my first meal in days. The woodcutter was trapped, his mind racing for an escape he knew he couldn't find. His act of compassion had led him straight into a death trap. Just as the demon lunged, a calm, curious voice cut through the tension. What seems to be all the commotion here?" Both the woodcutter and the demon turned to see an old fox, its fur the color of autumn leaves, sitting elegantly on a nearby log, grooming its paw. The woodcutter, seeing a glimmer of hope, rushed to explain the situation. He recounted how he'd heard the cries for help, how he'd used all his strength to free the trapped demon, and how the ungrateful creature now intended to eat him as a reward. He pleaded with the fox, "Tell me, wise fox, is this how kindness should be repaid?" The fox listened patiently, its whiskers twitching thoughtfully. When the woodcutter had finished, the fox looked from the terrified man to the smug demon and back again. It stroked its chin with a paw and said, "A very interesting story, a very dramatic one, too." But to be honest, the fox admitted with a slight yawn, "I'm having a hard time believing it. It sounds a bit... A little man like you moving a rock that size, and a powerful demon getting trapped in such a simple way. I don't think so." The demon, incensed by the fox's doubt, puffed out its chest. "It's the absolute truth. I was trapped, and he freed me." The fox just shook its head. "Words are easy. I'm a creature of logic. I can't possibly make a judgment without seeing the exact situation for myself. Could you please show me? Reenact the scene precisely as it was when the woodcutter found you." The demon, blinded by arrogance and desperate to prove its point, readily agreed. "Gladly. Then you'll see how right I am to eat him." The demon stomped back to the spot and lay down in the exact same position it had been in before, arranging its limbs uncomfortably beneath the space where the rock used to be. "See," the demon grumbled, "I was just like this. The rock was right on top of me, pressing down so hard I couldn't move a muscle." The woodcutter looked at the fox, confused, but the fox gave him a subtle, knowing wink. "All right, Mr. Woodcutter," the fox said calmly. "Now, to complete the reenactment, please put the rock back exactly where it was." Without a moment's hesitation, the woodcutter understood. He once again put his shoulder to the great stone and, with a surge of adrenaline, rolled it right back on top of the demon. A muffled scream of pain and rage erupted from beneath the rock. The demon thrashed and yelled, "You tricked me. This isn't fair." The fox walked calmly to the edge of the rock and peered down at the trapped, furious demon. "Now you see," the fox said, its voice cool and steady. "Kindness should never be repaid with cruelty. You were given a second chance, and you chose to squander it on wickedness." Let this be a lesson for you." The woodcutter stood in stunned silence for a moment, then broke into a wide smile of relief. He turned to the clever fox, his heart overflowing with gratitude. "Thank you, wise friend," he said, bowing deeply. "You saved my life. I will never forget your wisdom and your help." The fox simply smiled, dipped its head in acknowledgement, and trotted away, disappearing back into the forest as silently as it had appeared. The demon remained trapped under the rock, its angry shouts eventually fading into silence, left to pay the eternal price for its ingratitude and evil intentions. From that day forward, the woodcutter continued his life of hard work, but with a new perspective. He never lost his kind heart, and he continued to help others whenever he could. But he also carried the fox's lesson with him, that true wisdom lies not just in being kind, but in understanding when and to whom you show that kindness. It's a powerful reminder that while goodness is a virtue, it should always be paired with wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful story. What do you think? Was the woodcutter foolish to help the demon in the first place? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tale, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories that make you think. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay curious and stay kind.